Did you know that nearly 1 in 3 Americans our age feels lonely, even with family down the hall or neighbors next door? It's that quiet ache that settles in during afternoon hours, when the house feels a little too still. Have you felt it too? That gentle hollowness while looking out your window, wondering if others feel the same disconnect? Well, friend, you're in excellent company. So many of us experience this, but rarely discuss it over coffee or cards. Stay with me until the end today, because I'll share 5 simple, practical habits that have helped thousands of folks our age reconnect with joy. Nothing complicated, just small steps that honor your wisdom and experience. If this sounds like what you've been searching for, type 1 in the comments. If you think I could do better serving our generation, a 2 will help me improve. Now let's discover how to bring that spark back, shall we? Number 1. Create a gentle daily routine. One of the quietest causes of loneliness, especially after the age of 70, is not just who's no longer present in our lives, but what's missing from our days. When the children move out, the job ends, or the responsibilities that once filled our schedules melt away, it can feel as if time itself becomes a bit shapeless. Maybe the morning doesn't have a real starting point, or the afternoon stretches out, unanchored. The days begin to blend together, and with that, a subtle sense of emptiness sometimes grows. I once met a gentleman named Howard. After retiring from his work as a bus driver in Indiana, Howard found his days becoming formless. I woke up at different times, he told me. Sometimes skipped breakfast, sometimes didn't get out of my pajamas until noon. My days just kind of drifted. I wasn't bored exactly, but I felt unmoored, like there was nothing solid to hold on to. That changed when Howard decided to create a simple daily routine. He bought himself a wall calendar, and each morning before breakfast, he'd write down a few small things to do that day. Nothing big. Water plants, walk to the mailbox, read the paper, call his sister on Thursdays. He began waking up at the same time each morning, opening his curtains, and making a hot cup of coffee before anything else. It gave shape to my time again, he said. It felt good just to have a beginning, a middle, and an end to each day. You don't have to plan every hour. Start small. Maybe you wake up and make your bed first thing. Maybe you plan a 10-minute walk in the morning sun, or you enjoy a favorite breakfast at the same time each day. Use a calendar or checklist, even if it's just a piece of paper stuck to your fridge. The benefit of this simple structure is more than just organization. It gives you something to look forward to. It grounds you, offers little moments to celebrate, and gently nudges your mind away from lonely thoughts. When your days have a gentle rhythm, loneliness has fewer places to hide. Number 2. Engage in brief, regular social contact. You don't need loud parties, constant company, or hours-long conversations to feel connected. In fact, some of the brightest sparks of connection come from the smallest interactions, the short, friendly moments that remind us we're seen, valued, and still part of the fabric of everyday life. Let me tell you about Mrs. Betty Green in St. Louis. Betty is 81 and lives alone, but every morning she steps outside to greet her neighbor, Dave, who walks his dog at precisely 8 a.m. Their chat is always the same. Good morning, Betty. Morning, Dave. How's Daisy today? These exchanges last no more than a minute or two, but to Betty, they are a lifeline. Just knowing someone will say hello to me every day makes me feel like I belong here, she says. It doesn't have to be much. Maybe you exchange a few words with a mail carrier, thank the grocery cashier, or chat with a barista at your local coffee shop. If you live in a building, say hello to a neighbor in the hallway. If you're able, pick up the phone and call a friend or family member, even if the call only lasts a few minutes. If you like technology, text a grandchild or email an old friend. The goal isn't deep conversation. It's about reminding yourself and others that you're still here, still connected, still part of this world. Over time, these brief moments of contact add up. They form a chain, a quiet pattern of belonging, weaving you back into the rhythm of everyday life. Psychologists call these weak ties, but their effect is strong. They brighten your mood, ease the ache of isolation, and remind you that you matter. Look for just one small interaction each day. No pressure, no expectations. It might surprise you how much lighter your heart feels. Number 3. Help others in small but meaningful ways. Sometimes the quickest way to ease our own loneliness is to offer a bit of our time or kindness to someone else. When we focus on helping others, however small the gesture, something shifts inside us. Our attention turns outward, our sense of purpose grows, and we remember that we have so much to give. There's a lovely man named Mr. Samuel Carter in Michigan who, after losing his wife, found himself withdrawn. But Samuel realized that many in his local community were also alone, especially after the pandemic. So every Friday, he started baking a loaf of banana bread and leaving it at the door of someone in his neighborhood. Sometimes a single mom, sometimes another senior, sometimes a friend who'd lost a spouse. He'd attach a simple note, just wanted you to know you're thought of. Samuel, he didn't expect anything in return. The smile on his neighbor's face, or the thank you note he'd sometimes receive, made him feel needed again. It's not about being a hero, Samuel told me. It's just about reminding yourself and others that a little act of kindness goes a long way. You don't have to beg. You could check in on a neighbor, offer to water someone's plants when they're away, mail a birthday card to an old friend, or make a phone call to someone who's been on your mind. Perhaps you could share a magazine you finished reading, drop off a small bunch of flowers from your garden, or simply listen when someone needs to talk. These acts might seem small to you, but to the recipient, they can be a bright spot in an otherwise lonely day. What's remarkable about helping others is the way it changes how we see ourselves. It reminds us that we still have value to offer, that our presence still matters, that we haven't somehow become invisible with age. And that feeling of being needed, of making a difference, is one of the strongest antidotes to loneliness there is. Number 4. Visit local community spaces or join low-pressure groups. One of the gentlest ways to ease loneliness is to simply put yourself in places where connection can happen naturally, without pressure or expectation. You don't need to become the life of the party or take on leadership roles. Sometimes just being present in a space where others gather is enough to make you feel part of something larger than yourself. I think of Martha Williams, 76, from a small town in Oregon. Martha never considered herself particularly social, but after her husband passed away, the silence in her home became overwhelming. I didn't want a big social life, she explained, but I needed to be around people sometimes, even if we weren't talking directly to each other. Martha started visiting her local library 3 mornings a week. She'd browse the books, read the newspaper in a comfortable chair, and occasionally exchange a few words with a librarian. No pressure, no agenda. Over time, she began recognizing other regular visitors. A nod hello became a brief chat. The library became her third place. Not home, not work, but somewhere she belonged. There are so many places like this in our communities. Senior centers that offer coffee mornings, community gardens where you can tend a small plot alongside others, walking groups that meet in local parks, art classes where conversation flows naturally while hands stay busy, book clubs that welcome quiet members, or faith communities that offer both spiritual nourishment and friendship. The beauty of these spaces is that they don't demand anything of you. You can participate as much or as little as feels comfortable. You can come and go without explanation. And yet, simply by showing up, you become part of something. You begin to be recognized, remembered, missed when you're not there. These light connections can be surprisingly meaningful, especially when they become part of your regular routine. Start with just one visit. See how it feels. Remember that everyone feels a little awkward at first. It's completely normal. But also know that most community spaces are designed specifically to welcome people just like you. People looking for a gentle way to belong again. Number 5. Care for something living, a pet or plant. Loneliness isn't just about missing human connection. It's also about missing the feeling of being needed, of having something that responds to your care and presence. That's why caring for a living thing, whether it's a pet, a plant, or even feeding the birds outside your window, can be so powerful in easing the ache of isolation. When Virginia Foster turned 83, her children worried about her living alone in her apartment in Florida. They suggested she move to assisted living, but Virginia wasn't ready. Instead, her granddaughter brought her 2 small houseplants, a peace lily and a pothose vine. Virginia had never been much of a gardener, but she found herself talking to these plants, checking their soil each morning, celebrating when new leaves unfurled. "They need me," she told her family. "If I don't water them, they'll droop. If I don't turn them toward the sun, they'll grow crooked." It's nice to be needed, even by something that can't talk back. For those able to care for them, pets offer even deeper companionship. A cat curled in your lap, a dog excited for your morning walk, even a cheerful little bird singing in the kitchen. These animal friends provide not just company, but unconditional affection. They create routine, offer touch, and give you someone to talk to throughout the day. But even if pets aren't possible in your situation, there are many ways to invite living things into your world. A bird feeder outside your window brings daily visitors. A small herb garden on your kitchen windowsill provides both beauty and flavor for your meals. Even watching fish in a simple tank can bring a sense of peaceful connection. Studies show that nurturing living things reduces stress, lowers blood pressure, and increases feelings of purpose and joy. But beyond the science, there's something deeply human about the act of caring. It reminds us that we still have the capacity to help something thrive. And that reminder alone can make a quiet house feel less empty. I've shared these 5 habits because they've made real differences in the lives of real people. People just like you who found themselves feeling a little lost, a little disconnected as the years passed. None of these suggestions asks you to become someone you're not or to pretend that everything is perfect all the time. They're gentle invitations to reconnect with the world in ways that honor who you are now, with all your wisdom, experience, and yes, sometimes your limitations too. The truth is, loneliness after 70 doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It's a natural response to the changes that come with this stage of life. But natural doesn't mean inevitable or unchangeable. With small, consistent steps, building a simple routine, exchanging a few friendly words each day, helping others in little ways, visiting community spaces, caring for something living, you can begin to feel more anchored, more connected, more at home in your life again. I want you to know something important. You haven't been left behind. Your presence in this world still matters tremendously. There are people who light up when they see your name on their caller ID, who treasure your stories, who would love to hear your voice more often. There are communities that would be richer with your participation. There are small kindnesses only you can offer. The path back to connection isn't about grand gestures. It's about these small, daily choices to remain engaged with life. If one idea from today resonates with you, that's enough to start with. Try it tomorrow. See how it feels. Be patient with yourself as you build new patterns. And remember that like so many challenges you've faced in your long and meaningful life, this too is something you have the strength to work through. Life after 70 can still be rich with connection, purpose, and joy. It might look different than before, but different doesn't mean less valuable. You still have so much to give, and your generosity, your kindness, your stories, they are gifts the world still needs. Each small step you take toward connection plants a seed. Sometimes you'll see it grow right away. Other times it might take a while to notice, but trust that the work is happening beneath the surface. In time, the ache of loneliness will soften. You'll find yourself smiling more, feeling lighter, and remembering the simple joy of being needed, even if only in quiet, everyday ways. If you're watching this and thinking, I can try that, you're already moving in the right direction. Maybe you'll decide to make your bed each morning. Maybe you'll pick up the phone and call an old friend or greet your mail carrier with a cheerful hello. Maybe you'll bake something special and surprise a neighbor or join a gentle walking group at your local park. Perhaps you'll bring home a small plant or feeder for birds, something to care for and watch grow. Each of these actions is like a light you turn on in a room that's been dark for a while. Little by little, the shadows of loneliness grow smaller, and your days begin to feel warmer, brighter, more hopeful. I'd love to hear from you about what resonated most today. Comment below with a number of the idea that spoke to you most. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Maybe you found comfort in the thought of a daily routine, or maybe you're inspired to reach out and help someone else. Whatever it is, your voice matters here. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, I hope you'll join us so you never miss another video filled with encouragement and real-life ideas for thriving. To everyone watching, please remember, loneliness is not a sign of failure. It's simply a feeling, one that can be soothed by the choices we make and the gentle connections we build. You are not invisible. You are not forgotten. You have a place in this world that only you can fill. No matter your age, no matter what changes have come your way, your story matters, and it's not over yet. So before you go, let's recap those 5 simple, heart-centered habits one more time. Number 1, build a gentle daily routine. Start small. Wake up at the same time, open your curtains, make your bed, enjoy breakfast. Give your days shape and meaning. Number 2, seek out brief, regular social contact. A smile, a hello, a phone call, even a few minutes can remind you that you belong. Number 3, find small ways to help others. Offer kindness, share something you love, let someone know you're thinking of them. You'll remind yourself of your own value in the process. Number 4, visit local community spaces or join a low-pressure group. Be around others, even if you're not talking much. Presence is powerful. Number 5, care for something living, a pet, a plant, or even the birds outside your window. Nurturing another life reminds us that we are still needed. You are not alone in the quiet moments. So many others are walking this same path, searching for connection, hope, and a way to make each day matter. What you do with your loneliness is up to you, but just by being here, just by listening and trying, you're already honoring your own resilience. Life after 70 still holds meaning, still holds joy, and still holds purpose if you're willing to take those small, brave steps toward connection. Thank you for joining me today. I hope these ideas stay with you, and I hope you'll share in the comments below which idea touched your heart and how do you plan to put it into action. Remember, your voice matters here as much as anywhere in the world. Let's keep supporting each other, one gentle step at a time. And if you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and share with someone who might appreciate it too. Together, we make the world a little warmer for everyone.